Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. So as the title of this video says, I made a huge mistake yesterday. So what happened is I sold an item and that item was listed as a lot. So there were two of that item in that lot, but the buyer had bought a quantity of two lots. So what ended up happening is I shipped out two of the item when it should have been four. And unfortunately for me, it was the largest item I had to pack yesterday. So the dimensions on it were quite large. That item is already gone. And so when I packed up the two hangers that I sold yesterday, which I said I sold for $79.90, it was actually four for $79.90 and they're already gone. So I have to pay the shipping again. The total cost for the shipping was $11.57, so we are going to take that off of today's total just to keep things fair and equal. Mistakes happen. I'm taking a loss, but I sent the buyer a message and hopefully they see it and don't send an INAD or anything like that against my account. I made it good. Hopefully they'll both arrive on the same day and it won't be an issue. But we did sell this cute little purple Anna Lee mouse. We paid $1 for it and it sold for $12.71. So we'll just say that doll paid for my mistake and it's all profit from here. Look guys, when stuff like this happens, especially when I started, I would get so mad at myself. But you know what? It's a learning process. You're gonna make mistakes. You just gotta shake it off and move on. Now we have this golf themed brass pocket watch. I think it's actually a clock that you hang on your golf bag. We got it in a bag at an estate sale with a bunch of other golfing accessories. So I only have about a quarter into this little clock watch thing. It sold for $5.75 on offer. Now our next item going out is probably one of the most successful things I'm doing right now, and I appreciate everybody who's purchasing them. I think they're kind of fun. I enjoy making them and I really enjoy selling them. This is another trinket lot. This one's got some playing cards, Krusty the Clown, all types of little itty bitty cool fun things. If you have a trinket shelf, they'll look cool on it. We paid about $2 for all of this stuff, a mix of a little something from everywhere, and it sold for $34.95. Now I told you guys yesterday I am running a sale. I'm also accepting offers. I am steeply discounting a lot of stuff that, thought was a good idea to buy, but just isn't moving. Like this Hardee's coffee mug from 1984. Thought it was really cool when I found it at a yard sale for 25 cents. It didn't end up selling, so I lowered the price and it sold for $6.50. And when I say lowered the price, I've got 30% off on a lot of items, like almost 1,500 items right now in my store, and it's helping some old stuff move. Like this US Open Pebble Beach golf visor, I paid $1 at an estate sale. It sold for $8.50 and I'm happy to clear it out. Sometimes you just gotta get rid of the old to make space for the new. We also have another older item going out here. This is a tomato pin cushion, like for sewing, and this came in a lot with a bunch of other sewing notions. I paid about a quarter for it. It sold for $5. What's really making me excited while running this sale is moving out large stuff. It's always great when you sell the small stuff because it's good money for just a little something, but when I run these sales, I'm hoping people buy the big stuff that takes up a lot of space, and this is one of those items. So when we first started reselling, one of the things I was really heavy into was plush, and I was like, oh, if it's Disney, people collect it, they gotta have it. You guys, Mickey and Minnie moves so slow for me that I almost always avoid it if I can. But these cute little Disney Store exclusive winter themed plush, I only paid about 99 cents for them by weight. They sold for $8.50 on offer, which is a lot cheaper than what I originally had it listed for. But you guys, that is so liberating clearing all that space out. Next item going out is this vintage golf hat. It's foam, but it's kind of like a newsboy type style cap. It's got the little snap in the front, but it's snapback on the back. It's very strange. I've never seen a hat like it, and it's kind of funny. So for $1, I was absolutely picking it up, and it sold pretty quick for $13.96. And we have a toy going out. This is a fun one. It kind of reminds me of the time frame that I used to watch Nickelodeon. I wasn't really into this show, but I remember when I would watch my other shows, the commercials for Rocko's Modern Life would always come on. And so this is a Hardee's kids meal toy of Rocko's Modern Life. But what's weird is I've got 3 golf things going out today and then 2 Hardee's items going out today. Kind of strange. And they're all to different buyers. But Rocko cost me $1/4 at a yard sale in a little toy box, and he sold on offer for $5. Now we have a candle accessory going out. This is a snuffer for putting out a candle. As you can see, it's kind of banged up there. We got this at an estate sale. It's a little dented, but it still works fine, displays nicely. Couldn't hardly tell there's anything wrong with it. Paid 50 cents at an estate sale. It sold for $8. And that was another offer. I am accepting offers. We've got to move stuff out. And speaking of large, older items, I sold a board game, and I know this is buried because I've had this one for a long time, and I've added quite a few board games to the shelf, so I'm happy to start clearing some of that stuff out. This is the Scrabble RSVP game, and I remember my grandmother having this when I was growing up. Very cool. It's like a 3D Scrabble game. This stands up in those 2 little stands, and you use these little wooden cubes with the letters on them. When I open this box, I swear I can smell my grandmother's house just because that's how much it reminds me of her. This stayed in the same closet that she also kept all the crayons in, so I remember that very distinctly. We paid $1 for this at an estate sale. It sold finally for $10.46 on sale. So I have $8.49 into all these items, and it was $119.78 in sales, but we're taking an $11.57 loss on it. So $108.21 is what we ended up making on all this, which is about 12 times our money. So still a good sales day, moving stuff out. We'll see you tomorrow with another video of what's sold.